I'm Conjoint Professor Mike Hazelton, and I'm also a Unisearch expert in the area of mental health and the law. One of the questions that I've sometimes been asked in terms of the pressures of work and work stresses is how much pressure or how much work stress is too much, and then how would I recognize in myself how I'm managing the pressures of work. You're probably familiar with the turn of phrase that's sometimes used by mental health professionals, and it's, there have been public health campaigns in which it's been used where you're encouraged to ask a colleague or a friend or a family member, are you okay? Well, it can be equally important to ask of yourself, am I okay? And really to take an opportunity to touch base with yourself, I suppose, is a way of thinking about it. But we all work in high pressure circumstances. If we're not careful, high pressure and stressful situations can become the work norm for many of us. We're often encouraged to try and recognise these sorts of circumstances, these sorts of issues in our work colleagues, but are we as attuned to recognising them in ourselves? So one of the things I think is important for us to just take the time to touch base with yourself, maybe even, from time to time, every couple of weeks, every month or so, maybe at the end of a very pressing work assignment, just to touch base and say, how did I go with that? And how did I manage that within myself? How do I feel about that? That may help us at some point to recognise that in terms of some aspects of the pressures of work, maybe it would be good to go and talk to a health professional, someone that we might be able to have a conversation with, that we trust and respect, just to help us touch base with ourselves.